Hello everyone and Happy New Year! Welcome to the first Transformers review of the year of 2025! Baby, we made it to another year! The world hasn't fallen apart yet. And for the beginning of the year, I had to really think about what I wanted to be my first review of 2025. Now I have a bunch of figures, but I needed someone special, someone that I just wanted to get out of the way, let's say that. So here we are with the review of Transformers Studio Series number 28, Deluxe Class, first movie, Barricade. And here he is, and I don't like this thing. 2 out of the 3 things that it does are really good. He looks really good in robot mode, and he also looks really good in vehicle mode. But that transformation is why I am making him the first review of the year, just so that I can get him out of the way. And that is not to say that this is a bad figure, it's just a terrible transformation, because this is what you get where you put masterpiece engineering in a deluxe class price point. It doesn't work. They should have realized that, but let's take a look at good old Barricade over here. I've always been a fan of Barricade, especially like walking around with him in like the first live action movie video game. That really made me like Barricade a lot, even though he did nothing in the first movie, vanished in the final battle of the first movie, didn't even appear in the second movie, and then miraculously returned in the third movie. So let's bring him in closer here so we can get a look at this nice, very accurate looking head sculpt. Man, I love all the colorations here on the head, the gold, the silver, the red, the blue even. My goodness, what a detailed head. Very much. Now he can ask where that ladies man 217 is. And then this is what his chest looks like. Also, this figure might be a little bit dusty, but I've owned this guy for a while, so it means a bit dust is gonna happen. And he got the nice long arms with the police on there. And then he got some long looking legs with some nice feet here with, once again, silver on it as well. And then here's his back, which is a bit disappointing though. I will say that. I mean, there's a big gap here in the back, which is there for, I think, if I remember correctly, transformation. However, it's not covered up. Would have been nice to cover up. But I like the arms. I like the way that this guy looks. He looks very accurate to his on-screen appearance. And he can at least stand, which is something that I cannot say for my first movie, Barricade. This guy, which doesn't like to stand. One day, you will also be reviewed, my friend, but that day isn't going to be today. But I like the way that this Barricade looks, and even though he didn't really do much in the actual movie, outside of having a bit of a tussle with Bumblebee, which was hard to see because they keep focusing on the humans and also driving on the road, I still really very much like this guy and the way that he looks. So this is not the only thing that you get, because you also get a bit of an accessory, a weapon thing, this spinny thing here that he used in the movie in order to attack Bumblebee, I guess. It's a very nice looking weapon. I mean, it's a bit of a weird looking weapon, which he can hold in either hand. And the way that you have him hold it, now if you put it in his hand, it's gonna be loose. It's gonna be very loose. What you need to do is, you need to put it into his hand. So let me just get a good grip on it. Put it in his hand. And then push on the thumb until you hear a bit of a click noise. And that locks it into place. That's how you do it. So it locks into place, and now he can cut up the bumblebees of the world, of the multiverse. Very nice looking. Very nice. I mean, he doesn't want to really stand right now, but it looks pretty nice with that weapon, to be honest. So let's just get this weapon out of here so that we can move into the articulation segment for little Barricade over here. So the first up is it can rotate all the way around. It can also move a bit up and down and a little bit side to side action as well. You got a rotation here because it's ball jointed. On the arm, you got in and out where you can slap himself in the face with his shoulder thing. And he also has a swivel down here, which also moves with the door. It gives you enough range of motion. It doesn't get in the way. I like that. And then also you have an elbow bend down here, and also the hand can open and close, which is kind of weird that it can do that, but also you can move it around a little bit, but no up and down, no rotation, because there's no ball joint in here, as you can see. Then for his waist, well, sad to say, he ain't got any. He doesn't have a waist rotation. His legs can go forward and they can kind of go back, but not really because the backpack kind of gets in the way. His legs can go in and out a little bit, but not much. You also don't have a swivel up there. You have a double jointed knee bend, so the knee can go all the live long day. And then his feet can go up and down and no ankle tilts. Remember, however, they are sculpted at an angle. However, these are figures from like, this is like wave 2 of Studio Series. They didn't have all the fancy stuff that nowadays figures have. Even though technically back in the day a lot of figures did have a waist rotation, so Barricade, I don't really get why you don't have one. So, with that being said, let's just move straight into size comparison. Starting off, here he is with his original self. Good old Barricade from the first movie, and you can really see where the improvements have been made. But they look very different from each other. I also don't know how many years there are between these guys, but I'm just gonna say 15 and hope for the best. Maybe I'll strike some gold. But there's a lot of years in between the releases of these two figures. And like I said, you can really see where they made the improvements. I mean, this guy is an okay figure. I've had it for so long. But this is such an improvement in looks-wise. And also, here we got Frenzy. This is, sadly enough, the Studio Series line has yet to give us an actual Frenzy figure. So here we have him with Frenzy as well. Would have been nice if you came alongside Barricade, but sadly enough, he doesn't. Very sad. So forever this Frenzy will be staying on my Studio Series shelf until Studio Series gives us an actual Frenzy. So let's get them out of the way, so that we can bring in immortal enemy of barricades everywhere, Bumblebee, the clunker Bumblebee from the Studio Series #1, actually. Not the other Bumblebee. It's like just first movie old Bumblebee instead of clunker Bumblebee. Here's what they look like together, looking very nice and potentially also accurate in why did you fall over? In height, I don't know if this is accurate in height, but I mean, Barricade is taller than Bumblebee. I don't know if that is accurate to the movie because we didn't really get them side by side because all they did was fight and they were in fighting poses, which means kind of crouched down. But overall, I think that they look pretty nice together. So let's get Bumblebee out of the way so that we can bring in the rest of the first movie gang. And here we have the whole first movie Decepticon team all together. Just gonna put you in here as well. Don't tell anyone. But here they all are together. This is what he looks like with the rest of the gang. And let's be honest here, he looks very nice. If that transformation that he has wasn't such a pain, I would have absolutely loved this Barricade figure. But alas, it's not the case here. But he looks very nice alongside the other first movie Decepticons. So let's get them out of here so that we can get to that final size comparison. So here we have Barricade with Shockwave and Soundwave, which will always be happening when we are doing the reviews of Decepticons of live action movie territory. And he looks very nice alongside them. And since he did appear in Dark of the Moon, this is technically an accurate size comparison. Man, Shockwave is so tall compared to the other two. I love this. Let's get them out of here. Let's pull you in closer so we can get into that transformation. Alright, here we go. Oh boy. Now this is not the sound that you want to hear when we're gonna transform this guy, but it is most certainly what you are going to hear. So, what you want to start off with, which is what I think is very important, you want to make sure that his hands are fully clicked in. So, like that. Make sure on both sides the hands are entirely clicked in, otherwise you're gonna experience some problems, even though you're probably going to. Anyway, what you want to do next is you want to undo it from there. Well, undo this and just like fully extend this on this double hinge. And then there is a tab here that's gonna go into the slot in there. So you just want to take that and tab that in like so. Do the same thing on the other side, straighten it out, untap this, rotate it all the way out, and tab it in. Then also what you want to do is you want to lift up the window piece here, so lift that up. Also, lift up the back here as well, rotate inside of it the hand all the way until you can't push it in anymore. Do the same thing on the other side, so open it up, rotate it around, and just push it in all the way. Like so, and there we go. The arms are done. Don't worry, we're not at the horrible part yet. Then also what you want to do is you want to kind of like straighten these pieces here out. Like so. Then what you want to do is you want to, let's get these arms a bit more out of the way. Let's just untap this piece here since it already wants to untap. Take the head and fold it into this little gap here. That is there. Then also rotate this back piece around. Make sure you get these little pieces under here. And just rotate this forward like so. We'll be back with you in a minute. Also rotate this piece here around. That, oh no. Don't come out. Please don't come out. There you go. And push it back in. So just lift it up and then rotate around and then push it back in like so. We'll come back to this later, because now we come kind of to a difficult part. Because next up, what you want to do is you want to take the feet here and fold it up. Take the feet here and fold them up. Take these pieces here and rotate them down, the back pieces here. Then also what you can do is you can then tab it together. This tab here goes into that slot right there. And then this tab here goes into that slot in there. And then these two tabs go in here as well. So you just want to tab the whole leg assembly together. So many tabs, so many things to do. Also bend it a little bit in order to be able to tab it together, because apparently when you have them fully extended, you won't be able to tab them together. But you have something like this. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate these gray pieces at the top and just rotate them down. Rotate the back part up as well. And kind of just get this aligned kind of like this. We might have to mess around with this thing later on as well in order to really get the position. Also just push this back a little bit. And now we kind of come to problematic areas. But also fold this all the way up. Now then, there is also a slot in the leg here that there's a tab here that wants to go in there. However, it does seem like that I broke off the tabs for some reason. But they, if you have the tabs, they are supposed to slot in there. This is a new copy, so I will say, and sadly enough admit, that I did do that myself. So let's just get everything straight, because what you want to do now then is you want to rotate the arm backwards and in like so. Line everything up. Make sure that everything stays out. And this is where problems are going to kind of start to come into play. So just want to take this and just rotate it backwards. Keep everything up. Tab the arms back here together as well. And tab... There are little tabs here at the front here. You can see one tab that is supposed to go under here. So this is just a pain to do, just in general. And then, once you have everything straightened out, you want to take this here and just rotate this up. And then there's a tab here that's going to go into a slot in there. So you want to basically, and also on the other side as well. So basically you want to take those tabs and tab it together. Get everything, push on everything to kind of align all this stuff up. Also take this front grill here and push it down, and hopefully it will slide in here and stay. And if I look around here, I see that you are not fully tabbed in. Here we have, outside of this little piece here, here we have Barricade in his vehicle mode. And I will say this went easier than normal. I don't know how this happened. Maybe cutting off those tabs actually did help me out a lot. So, as I said, here we have Barricade in his vehicle mode. So here we have Studio Series Barricade in his police car mode. And let's just get this out of the way first of all. I've always loved the car that Barricade turns into. Always been a big fan. And that transformation was not as horrendous as I remember, but I do remember certain parts just not really being that fun. And also, this grill piece here is made out of soft plastic, which means, if you look here, it needs to stay in here. And it just doesn't want to do that. I remember hating that. But overall, I will say that transformation went pretty smoothly, actually. I was not expecting it to go that smoothly. After I was done recording that little segment, I had to take myself aback. I was like, oh my god, that went smoothly. And it is a nice looking police mode. So let's look a bit closer at the police car mode. So starting off, we have the nice little headlights here up front, top. 643 here as well. Also, I will say this. I don't like clear plastic see-through stuff for windows. I don't like that. I know a lot of people do like that. I've always hated it because you just see the hands poking out. Anyway, we got a nice little police department badge here on this side, if the camera wants to focus on it, and police here on the side to punish and enslave on both sides. And then also 911 right here. We got nice red here on the back. We got police here on the spoiler section. And yeah, this is what the front looks like after you push this thing in. This is basically what the front looks like. Overall, a very nice looking little car mode. I mean, mine didn't go perfectly. There's a little bit of wobbly action going on, sadly enough. And also, it seems like this isn't fully pushed in like it should. But I got it as close as I possibly am ever gonna be able to get it. So I'm very happy about that. But like I said, it is a very nice car mode with a lot of details. A lot of details that you don't see nowadays, I feel like. You know, like there's a lot of like painted details on here. And it's just like nowadays you don't really get a lot of details. I mean, you get both backlights. And also, Saline? Is that what that says? Saline, maybe. I don't know if it says Saline. Maybe it says Saline. But overall, yeah, very good. So, YouTube really sometimes goes very insane with their ads. Oh my god. I just wanted to know how you attach this because I forgot. Well, under here, you have a big gap and you're supposed to just put it in like this. And there you go. I waited a minute for this. Because nowadays, like a 20-minute video, YouTube is like, oh, it's a super long video. YouTube, leave now. Nobody cares, alright? 20 minutes is not a long video, damn. Man, that TikTok generation. But yeah, you get this, which looks absolutely stupid. It looks like he's trying to summon something. Like, you know, something out of the Hiffle location. It's like, ooh, a portal's gonna open up. Oh god, it's 2012 all over again. But yeah, so that's the weapon storage. Let's put the weapon off to the side. Because now I guess we gotta go into that very famous and very popular thing known as comparison. So starting off, here he is with his original self. And I forgot to put Frenzy in the grill. My apologies. But here he is with Barricade of old. And to be honest, these are two very good looking police car modes. However, I will say here on the side, you have this in purple. I do like it more in purple. And it's got more details, because I like the 911 thing, which isn't on here. This one also has Saline on the back. This is what it looks like from the front. The only thing that this one officially does better is the grill, because stay down. He just doesn't want to stay down. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. It doesn't want to stay down. I hate soft plastic on places like that. But overall, this is pretty good looking together. They look really good together. Like a big brother is the old one compared to the new one. Move you off to the side so that we can bring in Bumblebee. And I chose this version of Bumblebee because this is the actual version of Bumblebee that Barricade had an interaction with. Because after this is when Bumblebee became the cool new hot Camaro instead of the old, but what I like more, Camaro. So here's what they look like together. I could just fight like that. Very good looking, very good looking. Let's put you off to the side. And here we got the rest of the first movie gang all together. Woo-wee! They look great together. Barricade is looking very small, but accurate probably to the real life model. The only thing that I kind of wish happened here was the fact that Bone Crusher was a little bit bigger. But man, does Barricade look good with the other first movie Decepticons. Yes, he does. So let's get them out of here as well. And here we got Soundwave and Shockwave for the final size comparison. They are looking very nice together. So let's get them out of here as well. Bring Barricading a bit closer. Focus more on him. And get into the reverse transformation. So to get Barricade back into his robot mode, what you want to start off with, or what I like to start off with, is untap this. That way you can get a bit better grip on the arms and get them untapped as well. Be careful, there are clear plastic parts, so I would always like to recommend that you be careful and then push these forward like so in order to be able to kind of get more clearance. Then what you can do is fold out the hands and fold this in. Fold out the hand, come on, fold out the hand like so, and then click this into place. That way we don't need to worry about that. And also you can fold in the window. Then what you want to do is you want to come here and undo this. Take this piece here, rotate it around. There you go. Rotate it around and then put this over top of it like so. Then what you want to do is you want to come here and just rotate this down. Hinge it forward a bit, and then this tab here is supposed to go into that hole right there. So let's just try and get that done. There you go. Then you can, oh, and then it untabs immediately because for me it doesn't want to stay together. Fold out the head as well. Rotate the arms like so. We are almost done already. My goodness, how fast things go. Then what you can do is you can rotate these things towards the side a bit. And then undo this, untap that, rotate this up and leave it like that to make the arms a bit shorter. I like how this works in order to get the arms to be a bit shorter. Then with the legs and the feet, what you want to do is you want to rotate this out and then rotate this up like so. Rotate this down like so, and then rotate this up. And, well, after all is said and done, here we have... Let's get him standing. Good old Barricade. Let's rotate the camera up, because here we got Barricade in his robot mood. So, final thoughts on Studio Series Barricade. What do I think of him? Well, I think he's actually a fun little guy. Even though the transformation can be annoying, at least this time it wasn't for me. Luckily enough, normally when you record things is when everything goes wrong. However, this time it went right. So thank you, Barricade, for being such a fantastic sport. I like this figure. I do. However, I do think that the masterpiece type of engineering, as people call it, is a little bit too much for this little guy to really be able to handle. I mean, also he has the big gap here in the back, which is annoying. And I think this guy looks great in both modes. So would I recommend this guy? Well, that's where we come in with a little bit of a problem, because on one hand I would say yes. However, that hand is specifically based off of the fact that you can get this guy at Deluxe class price point, which nowadays probably is never going to happen. So for anything more than Deluxe class price point, I would say skip it. Maybe if you could find the Dark of the Moon Deluxe class figure, which I don't own, so have no opinion on, maybe that one could be in your collection instead as a placeholder until you can find this guy for a cheaper price. But if you find him for about like Deluxe class price point, because prices differ where you live obviously, for me it would be about 30 euros, but then it's like 40 Canadian dollars or something like that for like a Deluxe class figure. So I don't know. And then you got like 1200 yen. So I'm literally at a loss for words on how expensive things are. So if you can find it for Deluxe price point, which is always what I like to say, I would say yes, pick him up. Anything more than that, then it is your choice. How much do you actually like this Barricade? Also, I would like to once again wish everyone, I know it's a couple of days late, but to be honest, this is my first review of 2025, so I would like to once again wish you all a very happy new year. There are a lot of reviews to come. I can already give you a little bit of a teaser on what I have planned for 2025. Starting off, as you may have noticed this week, there were only 2 reviews, and that is going to be the standard from this point forward. And to anyone who thinks that I am taking away a review, no, I actually gave you extras last year, because I always planned it to be 2 reviews a week. But because of how many figures I bought last year, it turned into 3 reviews a week. So I'm pulling that back, and I'm also going to be doing the Marvel Cinematic Universe reviews every Thursday from this point onwards, unless a new movie comes out that is not necessarily connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which will kind of be slotted in between, like the upcoming Superman movie, which I'm very excited about. There will also be Combiner reviews this year. Yes, this is technically going to be the year of the Combiner. I am planning on later on this month to get a Crackhead Menasor, the Legacy and Legacy Evolution version of him. And towards summertime, I'm planning on doing the Revenge of the Fallen movie Devastator from Studio Series, knocking that whole set out. And I am also planning on not only doing Barricade this year, this little lad himself, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. For now, it isn't, because I haven't recorded it yet, but I'm hoping that I will be able to do the review of all of the first movie Decepticons this year as well. So there's a lot to look forward to. I also potentially have other videos planned, as always. I mean, as you saw last year when I just did the review for From Zero. Also, on Sundays, you still get Daima reviews. Don't you worry about that one. But like you had like the From Zero reviews. Whenever I get a new package, there will be a new open box, all that stuff. But it's going to be a big year, and we are going to be tackling it one video at a time. And also, the Let's Play channel is still continuing. For anyone who is watching that as well, I would like to thank you all so very much for all of your support. Absolutely, on both channels. Thank you all so very much. And here is to 2025. So that has been my review of Transformers Studio Series number 28 Deluxe Class first movie, Barricade. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!